They are who we thought they were, and we let them off the hook.
No one circles the wagons like the Buffalo Bills.
And with the 5th pick in the 2009 NFL Draft, the New York Jets select Mark Sanchez, quarterback, USC.
Playoffs? Don't talk about playoffs. You kidding me? Playoffs? I just hope we can win a game.
You play to win the game. Hello? You play to win the game.
It's week 1. We're back. Football's back. Everybody's glad to be back. Slurword Sports is back. Matt, you're back. How are you doing?
Oh, I'm good. Mikey. I woke up feeling pretty dangerous after yesterday. I lost my voice on Saturday, but I'm pushing through and I'm recovering a little bit. So I'm feeling good. Things are looking up.
Matt, all the fans are wondering how you lost your voice, but we're going right to Monday Night Football, Saints and the Texans, because you're not going to beat that. That's the best game of the year, I think. I think that might be the best game of the year. And I'm not overreacting because it's week 1. That was a phenomenal game.
Why do the Saints, they only play close games? I feel like the Saints, they always have these games where it's like, I don't know, but yeah, that was incredible. That really was like it was just the last little bit was so many emotions, and I'm really glad that the Saints managed to pull it out, because that way, right now, is at the top of the AFC South. Right.
Well, we're going to get to that. We're going to get to who's on the top of the AFC South, but I want to talk about Monday Night Football, all Monday Night Football right now.
Yeah.
And the incredible ending we just had. I thought it was over.
Yeah.
We get to the fourth quarter. The Saints, they were on fire heading into the fourth. They step on the throats a little. They didn't step on the throats. They added the touchdown. They go up 24-21. What's that?
They wanted to push them down. They couldn't.
They couldn't quite do it. They were there. They kept getting the chance. They made the stops on defense twice in the fourth quarter. They get the ball back at the, we'll say about 5-6 minutes left in the fourth. Kamara's driving down. They had the big 3rd and 2 play.
Yep.
But on it just 40 seconds left, they had to settle for 3. And it's like, it's basically over. Deshaun Watson, no timeouts. It takes him 2 plays. Deshaun Watson throws it deep twice.
It was literally 60 yards.
It was
40 yards. All right, we're in the end zone.
It was the worst 40 seconds of defense in all of football. I don't think I've seen a worse 40 seconds.
It was like at a certain point, too, it's like, hey, maybe don't go man on DeAndre Hopkins. Like, maybe go zone cover when they have 50 seconds to drive the ball. Like, just let them catch it and tackle them down.
All you had to do was just say, hey, we're just going to force him to – just can't let him score a touchdown. Can't let him score a touchdown. And Deshaun Watson made it seem like it was the easiest thing in the world. They did it. They scored the touchdown. And then they missed the extra point. But they did miss the extra point because there was a roughing the kicker, a ghost call, a questionable call. I think it's a roughing the kicker, but at least a running into a kicker.
It's not roughing the kicker, but it's like it didn't affect the kick.
It was at least a running into the kicker, but they get the second chance, 27-26. Everyone's pumped. They hit the over.
7, I believe.
What?
It was 28-27 after the kick. Doesn't matter.
It was 27-26.
Was it?
I'm positive.
Okay.
Anyway, you can look up the final score. 27-26. Everyone hits the over. Everyone's rejoicing, except for me, who took the parlay of the over with the money line and the Saints. I'm freaking out. I'm like, this is bullshit. I'm tired of it. I'm angry. And then Drew Brees is like, you know what? I'm the best quarterback to ever live. I'm the most clutch to ever live. He's not the best to ever live, but you know what I mean. He's clutch. He's one of the best to ever live.
Well, Mariota was born. You can't help that.
You know what, Matt? It's not a Titans show today. It's an NFL Week 1 show, and we're going to get through this. Breeze did it. He slung it down their throats. He did everything. The spikes to the timeouts. The terrible 6 seconds defense from the Texans. I don't know what that was about. You know they're not going to try and score a touchdown there. I mean, Will Lutz is one of the is Will Lutz the best kicker in the NFL? I think going into this, everyone's like, he's a top 3 kicker. You don't want to give him that kick. But you know he's going to hit it if you give him a
Sure,
chance.
They said 57 was his longest, and that kick was 58. So that was his longest by a yard.
Well,
that he'd made. And he missed the 56 in the first half.
That's why I feel like you know he's going to hit it, though, because he's so good. Yeah. You're like, he's not missing another one.
He was dialed in all night, too.
Like
when he missed it because it faded, but he was kicking that from the right hash, which I think is his preferred hash mark. So, like, that one, he could just go ahead and drill, and it was fading to the left, so it actually helped him. It's like in golf, you know? You just lined up, you got that nice dog leg, and you're like, oh, I can just rip it and just put a nice little fade on this guy.
Yeah.
Or draw, I guess.
Yeah, sure. You can draw golf into this. We're a sports show. But I was happy. Noonan was happy. We were happy for our pride and joy of Noonan. He hit the big kick, won it. I was happy. I got the big parlay. You didn't know he was from Noonan?
No.
Yeah, dude. He went to my high school. He was a senior when I was a freshman. He went to Georgia State. Georgia State's having great weeks. Will Lutz is having great weeks. Saints survive. Great game. The ESPN coverage kind of sucked.
Oh my gosh! I was about to say, I feel this year is going to be a battle between me, very badly wanting to watch football and needing to see football and like wanting it, you know, just every Monday night I got to see it, versus ESPN doing everything they can to make it unwatchable.
They did.
I was just like, at one point, I was like, if Booger says another word, I'm turning this freaking TV off. It's like, I'm just going to shut it off. Like, I can't deal with it. And then the halftime show, I remember they did it last year. It was one of those things where I was like, oh, that's right. They do this dumb shit every year with the Genesis halftime show. It's like, I don't want to watch it.
It was pretty bad. The halftime show was incredibly bad with who was it?
I don't care about G-Eazy.
G-Eazy and the song that's like 2 years old. It was terrible.
Yeah. And it's like not even a good production. It's like they do it in black and white and everything they did last year. It's like, did they not improve on anything? I feel like at some point ESPN has to accidentally make a good decision, and they don't. And I hated their next-gen stats and everything taking up like a fifth of the screen at the bottom. And they were like, next-gen stats, Taysom Hill runs the ball when he's in. It's like, really?
I did think it was funny that ESPN got bullied again for another Monday Night Football call. They got bullied over the offseason to get rid of Jason Witten. Jason Witten's like, fine, I'll go play football again. And then they get bullied at the end of the half. They got rid of the yellow 1st and 10 thing because it looks too much like a flag. That was the dumbest decision. Whoever came up with that decision in the first place, idiot.
It's so stupid.
The only bad thing...
Well, I think...
One of the bad things ESPN got bullied into doing was getting rid of the Booger Mobile. I like the Booger Mobile. I liked him being on the field.
Oh. He blocked the fans.
It didn't matter. It was awesome for the game. It was awesome for Monday Night Football, and they should have kept Booger in the cart.
Well, I think you are the only person that feels that way.
People loved the Booger Mobile.
No, they didn't.
People loved it. People were outraged. They almost banned Monday Night Football. There was more of an uprising for football to be canceled for the Booger Mobile than there was for people kneeling and taking their strikes during the national anthem.
All right, I love the revisionist history. But yeah, that was a crazy game. This is one of those where it's like, both of these teams could be bad. I think they're both very good teams.
They're both very good.
But both of these teams could be bad.
I don't think the Saints...
might be assault.
I don't think the Saints are that good.
So that's what I'm saying. It's well, they picked it up in the second half, and it was kind of weird because in the second half they're like, "Oh yeah, that's right, we have Kamara." Like they were like, "Yeah, maybe we should be giving him the ball," and that really helped them, I think. But like this Texans, there was twice in this game the Saints threw a 3-man rush at the Texans, and they just got pressure on the quarterback. This Texans offensive line, I don't care. You saw the last. When the last play of the game, the Texans' second to last drive ended because Laramie Tunsil gets beat off the end, just flat out beat. It was a straight run pass move, just a duck move, beat, and Deshaun Watson gets sacked. and the right side of their line basically collapses. It's like, when you see the trash piled up, and you don't want to be the one to take it out, and if it falls down, you got to be the one to take it out. Mm-hmm. So you're like trying to strategically place it, and then you just put that one on there, and it's too much pressure. Anytime there's any type of defensive rush, that is the Houston offensive line, the right side of it. It's just too much pressure, and it all falls down.
I think Laramie Tunsil is going to get better with this team. He came into last week. He'll get better. He'll get better.
I mean, it didn't take Kenny Stills that long.
Yeah. Anyway, I think the beginning of the game was kind of weird. It just felt like the Saints were having like a celebration. They didn't win anything. They're just like, they're all pumped. Everyone's pumped to be in New Orleans. They're acting like it's a big deal. All they got changed was the pass interference rule, and it's like not even a good rule. It's a challenge that no one takes seriously, and coaches don't even know how to challenge it yet.
It's never overturned anything.
I know, it hasn't worked at all yet. Well, no, wait. I think there was a game yesterday where there was something that happened, but I can't remember.
So it's gone from not called to called, but it's never gone from a called thing to not called.
There was something with an offensive PI yesterday that really made me frustrated, but that doesn't matter. But I was trying to say, it felt like a celebration. Zion was there. He brought Lonzo. He brought Jackson Hayes. The Little League World Series New Orleans team was there. Everyone was wearing referee jerseys, which didn't make sense to me. I'm like, don't you guys hate the refs?
You hate them.
You hate them. Why are you supporting them? It didn't make sense. Yeah. It felt like a celebration. I'm like, what are you cheering for? And the Saints kind of played like they were had a hangover in the first half, like they were celebrating.
Oh yeah.
But that was what I noticed. Oh,
I think they just assumed watching the Rams against the Patriots in that Super Bowl. They're like, we would have scored more than 6 points.
We won this. We basically won the Super Bowl.
We were Super Bowl champs. We got screwed out of it, so they just assumed they were, and they forgot that that's not how.
Are the Saints the UCF of the NFL?
That's not terribly disaccurate.
I think the Saints are the UCF of the NFL.
Yeah, I mean, they do play people.
They both wear gold.
Yeah, backed by really good quarterback play, and it's one of those where it's like they look good every time you watch them play, but you're not. It's like, but maybe they're not great.
Once they run into the top dog, it's over.
Yeah.
All right. The last thing I wanted to say, we forgot about this. The one thing I did like that ESPN brought out was the marker cam. I thought the marker cam was pretty cool.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I did like that. And look, at the end of the day, it's still football. It's fine. It was just I felt like Fox and CBS do so much better than ESPN. Clearly so much better.
Sunday Night Football, NBC is the best broadcast there is, no doubt.
Yeah, NBC. Well, yeah, whatever. That was a crazy good game. And, I think both of these teams, the Texans might be in a dangerous position because they don't have an easy schedule. Oh, and also, who they're playing next week? The Jaguars. And if you don't think that the Jaguars, what?
It's a big game.
Yeah, if you don't think the Jaguars' defensive line, Miles Jack isn't going to be suspended.
I don't know.
I guess we don't know.
Do they have? I don't know if they made a word on a suspension yet.
But Ngakoue, they're going to want to get after Deshaun Watson. They're going to be angry.
They played angry last week. I think we'll talk about the Jags more. I want to talk about the Jags because the Jags played, I thought, pretty well. They just played a little too emotional.
They played well. They just came up against the best offense in the NFL.
Yeah, that's true. And they made a lot of mistakes. I think Miles Jack stays. We're going to get into that. I don't want to put all my takes into one basket right now.
Yep.
Anyway, the other Monday Night Football game's going on right now while we're recording.
Yep.
It looks awesome. We got the baseball field out there. This is the last time we're probably ever going to see the baseball field with Oakland because they're moving to Vegas.
Last time we'll ever see the baseball field in a NFL stadium.
In an NFL stadium. I like how you said that because I think we could see it like the XFL or something.
Yeah. Well, they can take. You know what? I heard this take and I kind of like it.
Mm-hmm.
Jameis Winston, the big quarterback for the XFL.
Well, we're going to get into Jameis Winston also. We're going to get into Jameis also. I'm a little upset with my boy Jameis. I'm almost off the train. I'm almost off the Jameis train.
I thought it was hilarious.
He's not going to go to the XFL.
Yes, the Texans, and then Denver, Oakland. The one thing I will say, which I said about this, which it seems to be